What you'll learn now in 300, The Rise of an Empire, is how Xerxes became the God King. Uh, we start with this very strong moment where the great Darius, Xerxes' father, gets killed right in front of him. And, and then there's this huge responsibility where Xerxes has to step up and substitute his father and become the great king. What actually Artemisia does is, as soon as Darius dies, Xerxes is left with that huge responsibility, and she comes to him and say, the only way you can defeat the Greeks is if you become a god. You need to become a god. That's where the idea of the God King comes from. And in order to become a god, he goes through a transformation process, which is pretty cool and which is the beginning of 300, The Rise of an Empire. But also, I think the way I see it, it's a very, it's a complete commitment and act of pure courage from Xerxes' side, because it's a death and it's a rebirth. So he basically walked, into his own death as a human being, and he's going to become this God King. What I like about The Rise of an Empire is exactly the fact that it's not exactly a sequel. That, it has a dialogue with the first movie, but it's a new story. It's a fresh story with fresh characters. It's, completely action-packed, like the first one. And it has a different look, because now we are actually, the action takes place in an entire different field of battle, which is the sea. So the colors are different, and it's different, but you still connect it to 300, the first movie, somehow.